Were you broke last time? I don't apologize for that. Okay, did anything awful to you? They'll crowd around me. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I laughed just a little. Really? What's so funny? No, you're just all acting so worried. It's like they thought I had been roughed up or something. Well, we are worried. Tears welled up in my eyes. I was starting to feel a little shaken up. Hey, right, we had time in the room, even though they hadn't even heard the whole story. I'm sorry, it was about you too. Shiho. It's like Guardian really hard on you. Masaya, come with me, tell me that's to see you. Loving prayer as the Guardian turned on her heel. Whatever she wants. I also she wants to hear your side of the story. Ah, right. I don't know the sauce, Masaya-san. I'll be your one and only ally no matter what. Misha-san. This one though, you feel the same way. Yes, it's just an expression after all. So I have an understanding when I first saw you again, but no worries this time. I trust you. Shiho. Me too. And me. I do as well. So do I. I had to press a hand to my forehead to hold back my tears. So grateful for their kindness. The year before I came to its nest, no one had ever put their faith in me like this. I was so afraid of death collectors I never tried to interact with anyone. Just spent all my days alone. But now it was different. When I was locked away in that cancer room, I had started to feel anxious about what was going to happen. But I looked around at my friends' faces, I started to believe that it would work out somehow. On a personal level, I feel the same way. But sad to say, as a reporter, I had to remain neutral. Especially he was a joking man or Tommy-san was dead serious. But I promise, I'm going to publish the truth this instant no matter what. The truth. Hope that you do. That's what you do. That's what off my mind. What are you doing? Hurry up! Guy looked back at me from around the corner. Well, let's go. It's time for a showdown. Right. He said his office where she and Shonen sat along with Miko-san, who for some reason passed out on the sofa. I'm worried. Maybe she'd be in the partition after all. As the the heaviest spoke to the Shonen without even sparing me a glance. The chair faced. The David's portrayal of the crime could exacerbate her trauma. I don't think that will be necessary. Don't you? The poor thing. Shock for your accusation caused her to pass out. Sure, but it is weird here. The moment he shows slight impropriety, we'll have him back in custody. Very well. Heaven just nodded, but didn't look reassured. Perhaps she just wanted the excuse to complain. Tell her whispered because Sana opened her eyes and sat up. She realized I was standing there, her eyes went wide.
Marika, 大丈夫? 怖いならパーテーションを用意させるわ。
Marika, are you alright? If you're afraid, I can have a petition brought in.
Marika?
No, I'm fine. She tried to stand, but the headman just stopped her with the hand.
座ったままでいいわ。
Please remain seated.
さて、皆さん。
Not everyone.
皆さんがどうしてもというので面通しを許しましたが、一体これから何を始めようというの?
I saw you with this inquisition because you insisted. What exactly do you plan to accomplish?
決まっています。事の真偽をはっきりさせるのです。
You know what? We're going to make it clear whether it happened or not.
事の真偽。それは暴行未遂事件のことを指しているのですか?
It? Are you referring to the attempted assault?
それ以外ありません。
What else are you referring to?
なら決まっているでしょう。事件は確かにあったのです。
Then the answer is very obvious. The incident clearly happened.
どうして言い切れるんですか?
How can you be so certain?
その言葉、そっくりあなた方にお返しします。何を根拠になかったなどと言うのです。
It says you. Upon what basis did you claim it did not happen?
校長先生、私たちは白百合会はもちろんのこと、紅バラ会の律子と好みもマサヤさんとは交流を重ねてきました。
It says we, that we society, obviously enough. But we coach Komi's Order Society too have interacted with Saya-san.
だから言い切れるんです。その月日が根拠です。
It's like being so certain. The time we spent together is my basis.
人の信頼に話を持っていくわけですね。生徒会長でもあるマリカとお好みマサヤを天秤にかけようというのですか?
Shouldn't they? You can't favoritism. You're the headmistress. Favoritism is not something you ought to have. You should not catch favoritism. It's against policies. I know I don't live over there, but it should be the same everywhere, I think. Maybe it's a matter of trustworthiness? Think that student council president Marika and Oklahoma Side will be balanced on the scales? It's absurd.
確かにマリカ様はみんなに望まれて生徒会長に就任しました。
You see Marika as student council president by the will of the students.
全校生徒の憧れと信頼感は熱いものがあります。
She trusts and admiration of all of the entire student body.
分かっているではないですか。そのマリカが嘘など。
Then you realize that she would never lie about. However, this outspoken judge of the headmistress.
私は思うんです。だからってマリカ様も無病の存在というわけではない。
Well, the Marika-sama is not infallible.
時には道を誤ることもある。それが人間であると私は確か宗教道徳の時間に教わりました。
She chooses her own path. That's what it means to be human. I believe we've learned that in religious morality class.
聞かせてください、マリカ様。事件は本当にあったことなのですか?
So, Marika-sama, did this really happen?
決まっています。
Of course it did.
本当に?
Really? Yes.
嘘をついていないと誓うのですか?
Do you swear you're not lying?
誓います。
I swear it.
何に対して?
To whom?
何に対して?
To whom?
今の誓いは何に向けられたものなのでしょう?
Who's sir?
マリカ様の正しさは
Who's sir? Then how can we?
神に決まっているでしょう。
Just running out, of course. As just snapped out the words, she just not ignored her.
マリカ様はクリスチャンだったのですか?
Marika-sama?
私
I...
黙りなさい。形式上、私からも聞きます。
Be quiet.
お好みマサヤ。
Be quiet. I'll be handling the question now. Okono Messiah? Yes, ma'am.
事件を起こしたのか、起こさなかったのか。
Try to ask me
答え
clearly.
なさい。
It didn't happen.
では、議論は平行線になるわけですね。
They always are the same. That's just for some reason let out a triumphant laugh.
マタイによる福音書第7章には、人を裁くなとあります。もちろんそれは正しいのですが。
Also, Matthew, chapter 7 says, Judge not. That is of course correct, but
御国の未だ到来しないこの地上では正しいことがその通りに行われないこともまた事実です。
as God's kingdom has not yet come, we must accept a reality in which things do not always proceed righteously.
現実として人は人を裁かなければなりません。この場合の判事は誰でしょうね。リセ、あなたは誰の裁きなら納得するのですか？
Yeah, humans judge others. Who then should be the judge? You say, who could judge this matter in a way that would satisfy you?
あなたの大好きな世論、生徒たちの総意。それによる裁きであるなら納得するのではありませんか？
Twist in life, why don't you? You know the public opinion. Because as the students, if we were put this matter to the judgment, you'd be satisfied, wouldn't you? Readers then the source of his triumph. I managed to acquire some support, but my chances against Mariko-san were still low. They were 0! Well, almost 0. Pretty close. Who's lying? Only 2 of us knew the truth.
ピラトの審問さながらというわけですね。釈放されるのはイエスなのか、それともバラバなのか。
The judgment of Pilate will be Jesus who's been made or
キリ
Barabbas.
ストになぞらえるのは感心しません。まあそんなところでしょう。
I'm not pleased to compare him to the Christ, but yes, that is more or less it.
では、民衆を誤った方向に導いたカヤパは、校長先生、あなたになるわけですか？
Next, Caiaphas, the man who led the crowd to decision, wouldn't it?
なんとでも言いなさい。ボートの結果は何人も否定できませんよ。
Seriously, well, there's no one who will dispute the results of a vote.
待ってください。そもそも証拠はあるのですか？
Wait, do you have any proof?
証拠？
Proof?
ですから、体液といったようなです。
You know, my food or something. As the shooter Rigo-san, seemingly unconsciously. Rigo-san hunched over on the couch, looking quite small indeed.
マリカ、確かに証拠があれば、この人たちもグーの音も出ないでしょう。あるのですか？
Ricky, as soon as you have proof, if you have proof, you will stop all the objections, do you?
いえ、ありません。別に取ったので。
No, I did not. It was only attempted, after all.
そう。まあ、やっていないという証拠もありませんからね。
I see. This is burden proof is on your side, then.
そんな、母さん、ないことの証明は悪魔の証明だわ。できっこない。
No, my asking to prove something that did not happen is probatio diabolica. It can't be done.
証拠を持ち出したのはリセの方よ。だから私は生徒たちに判事になってもらおうと言っているのでしょう。
You did buy a sort of proof. That's why I propose leaving judgment to the students.
ではそういうことで。いいですね、理事長。
That's that, isn't it, Madam Chairwoman? In the end, she never answered.
悔しいわね。結局、終始校長のペースだったじゃない。
Can't stand it. The headmistress stole the entire conversation from beginning to end. Reed sound barked indignation as left the room. I was permitted to return to my room for now, but I watched the guardian in front of me and went behind, like a prisoner's escort.
でもあの人、相変わらず頭が切れるわ。悪知恵かしらね。
She's a sharp observer, though. She's a real snake, isn't she?
早か。校長先生をそのように言うものではありませんよ。
I had no speak about the headmistress.
あら、私は校長先生に対してではなく、母親に向けて言ったんですわ。
Was that what headmistress talking about my mother? Both answered school, but he went outside. As if in defiance of the chamber of the camera inside, the night outside was quiet. Bruno stood here and there, silhouetted against the darkness. It felt bleak and foreboding in a way it never did during the day. I wonder if anyone else knows what happened.
とっくよ。バーンセーヌのネットワークは光の速度で情報を伝えるもの。
Sure do. Information travels across the necessary faster than the light, and the rating went down even further. In fact, it's almost non-existent. I see.
いずれにしろ報道部の仕事もあるわ。確実に全校が知るということだから。
Let's deal with the news club after all, to bring information to the whole school, so...
校長先生の案を拒絶するのはちょっと難しいと思う。
It'll be hard to be the heaviest on this one. More likely impossible.
じゃあどうすればいいのよ。
Then what are we going to do?
ねえルリコさん、どうしたらいいと思う？なんかいい考えとかない？
Hey Riku-san, what should we do? You have an idea, don't you? Riku's usually quite on the ball about things, but this time she just turned her eyes down silently.
もちろん証拠を探すしかないわね。
Obviously we have to find proof.
証拠ってけど
Proof? But...
難しいんじゃないかしら。いつとの言う通りだわ。
it'd be hard. It's like Ritsuko said.
だから残る手段としてはマリカ様に正直になってもらうしかないと思います。
We will hold her over the edge of the bell tower. Well... it wasn't a suggestion. It's not exactly gonna happen. This means that only main option is to get Riku's side if it's the truth.
でもそれも難しいわよね。
This could be hard too.
まあ明日また話し合いましょう。それまでにみんなも案を考えておいて。
Well, we'll talk it out tomorrow. Until then, let's all try to think of a plan.
え、
Right.
了解。
Got it.
わかりました。
Understood.
わかりました。
Understood.
了解です。
Roger. Sure. You still following me?
当然だ。ドアの前で見張りに立たなければならないのだから。
Of course, I'll stand guard in front of your door. I was under house arrest as well. I wasn't allowed to leave my room in the dorm. I managed to play expulsion once before, but things weren't looking good this time. Kept faith that it would work out, though.
謹慎というとこの前と同じ処分ですが、接見はできるのでしょうね。
It's better house arrest. We got counsel, won't he?
接見？
Counsel?
マサヤさんはせいぜいが容疑者です。対する私たちは弁護団。
So that's not a suspect. They're also as warriors.
弁護人が接見を許されないはずがありませんから。
Can't deny a man the right to speak to his defense.
校長先生に確認しておきましょう。
I'll check with the headmistress. We got in the room and I turned to face the others. Thank you, everyone. Knowing that I have allies makes me feel a lot better. Sure.
仲間はいいものですよね。試合でも団体戦の方が燃えます。
You're the allies, even in tournament, it's most exciting to fight as a group.
ただ事件のことでは私も弁護側に回りますが、やはり紅バラ会の一員なので。
But I will be assisting his defense in this instance. I am similar to the other society, and as such...
まあまあいいじゃない。こんな時くらいは原理原則から離れても。
Good to rest. It's okay to rest principles in times like these.
それもそうですね。
Yes, that is true as well.
留学生とはいえマセイさんは万世部の一員です。生徒が敵と味方に分かれるのは限られた時だけにしましょう。
He's a child student. Messiah-san is part of his nest. We should divide ourselves only when the situation requires it. As you spoke, Rugo-san took Ritsuko-chan's hand.
さあ皆さんも。
Join me, all of you. Of course. We all put our hands together once more.
みんなマサヤさんを救うため精一杯頑張るわよ。
Everyone use everything we have to say to Messiah-san. Right.
え、
Yeah.
はい
Yes.
はい、
Yes.
頑張りましょう。
Let's do our best. Next to swim with rumors about the incident. What she could make out, it sounded like the overwhelming majority trusted Marika. In fact, she heard no voices for Messiah.
耳の調子がおかしいのかしら。
Me, you just went mad? She tugged at her earlobe but as she thought about it, but it seemed unlikely to improve things. She admitted this to be the case, but seeing the eye with her own eyes really was a shock.
やだわ。私ったら少し不安になっているのかしら。
This is bad. Must make me nervous.
あなたらしくないわよ、リセ。まだ勝負は始まったばかりでしょ。
Like you said, the battle's only just started. But it's better words, she couldn't clear up her sense of anxiety. If they held the vote now, they would definitely lose. She couldn't deny that.
マサヤさん、謹慎になって帰ってよかったかもしれないわね。
Maybe for the best of the style sounds in house arrest. Too bad accused him directly, exposing him to the rumors would just suppress her. She could hear them even now. Just looking around at this is how men are. It's right, men are all beasts, just like the heavens just said.
何言ってるのよ。3ヶ月もクラスメートとして接してきて、どの口がそんなこと言えるのかしら。
What are you talking about? He's been in the classmates for over 2 months. How could they even say that about him? Notice they wouldn't be afraid to voice her thoughts, but she remained cautious today. When I read that last article in the newspaper, I started wondering if something like this might happen. The last article? You know, we'd be with the peeping Tom. What's that? I just never seen him so scared before. Violence and assault? They're not that far apart. Ah, I see.
全然違うじゃない。
They're completely far apart. Anyway, she still wasn't convinced that the treatment of the peeping Tom could be called violence. There were more people leaving the instance than expected. By the break of dawn the next day, another problem had come up. Once the real way they were fighting, but also people doubting Messiah's very character.
あれは絶対に良き行いであるはずなのに。
It only showed to work in our favor.
義人が帰って迫害されるというのは聖書の昔から同じなのかしらね。
Best people are the ones who face the most persecution. It's been that way since biblical times. We used to remain stone and silent all day, but there was a part of her that wanted to ask directly. She would stand at the lectern and bang on the blackboard while glaring at her classmates, and then she would ask, "Where's your Migo-san? Not my son."
できるはずないけれど。
Couldn't possibly do that though. She could try it, but she probably wouldn't get anything but funny looks for her trouble. Then she would lose. If she didn't want to fight a battle, she would lose.
そうだわ。マサヤさんには必ず勝っていただかないと。勝たせるんだわ。私たちが。
That's right.
私が。
That's right. Masada has to win this. No one has to be made to win. We have to. I have to make him win. She shuts herself offhandedly.
何言ってるのかしら。私ったら別に私一人の力じゃなくてもいいんでしょ。
What am I saying? What's wrong with me? Of course I don't have to do all this by myself. And there's no time to be worried about that. What mattered was that she had to win. She had stayed up late into the night thinking. When she was slumped over her desk, the morning sun streamed over her cheek. Short's past solution was to get Megan to admit the truth, but realistically speaking, that wouldn't be easy. Most men she had to tackle the problem sidelong, even if it meant taking the long way around. She wasn't usually a fan of her hand tactics, but the subject was one that was close to her heart. Chef Sikor, Mitsuki-san, former best friend. How she had longed for them to smile at each other like they had so long ago. Might be a last chance to make that happen. Sounds absence of house got out of me. Yuriko-san, you're making too much of it. Is it really that important? Or you did miss him. You felt depressed as well, haven't you, Chiho-san? I just didn't get no sleep last night. I was up all night thinking after all. Yes, I'll sleep well, perhaps because you maintain such a strict routine. How was the atmosphere in your class? Not good, you know. Yes. Sí, se smiling. Oh, yeah, Akasama. Bad. They're all holding up the newspaper from the peeping Tom incident. Oh, that's how he is. Wait, what kind of men do they mean?
そうですか。律子は
See, Mitsuko?
似たようなものです。
It was a similar experience.
好みも同じ？
Was the same for you, Konomi?
はい。
Yes.
そう。まあそうでしょうね。校長先生に屈するようで悔しいけれど、今や全校が反マサヤさんに回っているんだわ。
Third Twitter, it will be trending. I see. We expected this. It is frustrating to agree with head mistress, but the school's view turning anti-Messiah again.
そこで失地万回の秘策ですけれど、何かある人？
Look, you shoot her hand to the car lost ground. You search around for hands. Ayaka's went up.
なんというか、ちょっと気になったんだけど、マサヤ君って恋人はいるの？
How does that... Never mind. That's your plan, but it's something I'm worried about. Does Saikun have a girlfriend?
幼馴染の千穂なら知ってるかな？いるのかしら？
It's your friend, Chiho. So maybe you would know. Do they have one? I heard Chiho. She's left over.
ああ、いないみたいなことは言っていましたけど。
Well, before he said he doesn't, so...
なるほどね。安心が半分、残念が半分ってところかしらね。
He's surprised relieved, part of he's disappointed.
どういうことですか？
What do you mean?
だって恋人がいるなら好きでもない女を襲うなんて思えないじゃない。まあ確かにマリカは美人だけどさ。
If he had a girlfriend, he wouldn't text a woman he doesn't care for, would he? I mean, I don't think his beauty and all, but...
まあ所詮は傍聴だけどね。でも一つの証拠には違いないから。
Well, circumstantial.
それはないと。
Well, that would be circumstantial, but at least it would be evidence. But he doesn't have one then.
じゃあ私が立候補しちゃおうかしら。
Well, then news not it myself.
今から立候補したところで何の意味もないと思うけど。
If you did now, eliminate the point.
やだな、分かってるわよ。冗談じゃない。そんな睨まなくてもいいでしょ。
Okay, fine, I guess. This is a joke. Don't grade like that.
こんな時に冗談を言う姉さんに呆れているだけです。
I do think this is a time for jokes.
だってみんなして暗い顔して笑う角には福来たるよ。
You're so gloomy, because things can lose laugh, as they say.
別に笑える冗談ではなかったですけど。
My joke wasn't funny at all.
ほんと。
Really.
あら、そう。
Oh, I see.
じゃあ次、誰か何かあるかしら。
Well then, are there any other ideas?
はい。
Yes.
どうぞ。
Go ahead.
これはマリカ様にも協力を仰がないといけないため、
You know,
実現は難しいかもしれませんが。
you know, it would sound cooperation, but
うんうん。
yes.
マセイ様があれが反応するかどうかを確認すればいいのです。
See how this thing reacts to her. Achoo! What the heck? I just felt this raft. That was all looked like Konomi and shocked, but Konomi was extremely serious.
何？
What?
そこの反応です。
The reaction of this thing!
反応です。
The reaction!
いえ、それはまあわかるのだけど。
It's not what she meant, but
この実、明日ないわよ。フィユドラ・ヴァンセンヌのセリフとはとても思えないわ。
Konomi, that's a good thing you agreed to have business to say.
まあまあ、面白そうじゃない。それで、具体的にはどういう案なの？
No, I think it sounds interesting. That's quite a plan to have in mind.
例えばですね、マリカ様に服を脱いでいただきます。
For example, we have Miko's on roof for clothes.
うんうん。
Why?
先日、私が学んだところによれば、男子は女子の裸に性的興奮を覚えるものということですが、
I did wrote up such arousal that men feel around naked
も
women.
しも下腹部の 態に変化なしであれば、これはいい証明になるのではないでしょうか。
But if it's not the contrary, then that would be the perfect proof.
どう
What do you think?
って言われてもね。
I'm not sure about this.
マリカ様が脱いでくれればいいと思いますが。
Could work if we get Miko Sama to her closing.
いいのかい。
You serious?
それが問題ですよね。
That really is the question.
ただ、マサヤ君にとってもちょっとハードルが高いんじゃない？
This is about her for Masai to pass.
そうでしょうか。
Do you think so?
だって普通は反応するわけでしょ。普通じゃないレベルを求めるというのもどうかしら。
What's good, yes, isn't it? It'd be absolutely impossible from him.
それもそうでした。
That is true. It is unrealistic pride no matter how they sliced it. We should ask for another suggestion.
私はどうにかして目撃者を探せないものかと思ったのですが、やはり無理でしょうか。
I thought perhaps we could find another eyewitness somehow. Would it be possible?
そうね。いたら名乗り出てくれてもいいだろうし。
It's true, this one would like her to come forward.
ただその人がもしもマサヤ様の追放にもともと賛成の人だとしたら。
The person might also be on the side hoping to see Masai driven out.
だったらいずれにしろ有利な証言を引き出すのは難しいんじゃない？
In that case, it's difficult to pull a lot of testimony from them, wouldn't it?
確かに。
Oh, that is true.
私としては地道に説得に回るしかないと思ったんだけど、無理かなやっぱり。
Since their only choice might be to persuade them straight, but I guess it's impossible, right?
時間がね。今度もまた3日の猶予でしょ。当日を含めてだから、ボートは明日。とても無理だわ。
Comes down to time. He's given another 3-day deferral, which includes the day of the incident, so the vote is tomorrow. This doesn't seem possible.
だよね。参ったな。
I thought so. Too bad.
真打ちの登場ですね。
Oh, the headliner takes the stage.
あら、大きく出るじゃない。何か妙案でもあって？
Let's be real, you must have an idea.
世界の中心で愛を叫ぶんだという作品が昔ありましたね。
So we're going to have to cry out loud at the center of the world.
叫んでいただきましょう。のりこ、愛している。
Yeah, Sullivan, how? Let's hear out, Rico, I love you. Phew! What's going on? It's not even cold enough, seems like crazy.
そうすれば愛の麗しさにみんな感動して疑惑も払拭されるのではないかと。
Who about the creation of love that all the rest will be swept away?
それはそれとしても、なんであなたって決まっているのよ。
That's really why it'd be for you.
もちろん一例としてです。本番は意中の人をちゃんと言っていただきますよ。
For example, of course, for the real thing, in case you catch it up to the girl he cares for.
面白そうじゃない。マサヤ君の意中の子は誰か。
It's interesting, I wonder what Masai cares for.
ちょっと目的がずれていますよ。もうしょうがないわね。じゃあ本当の真打ち登場といくわ。
Wait, we're getting off the point here. Oh well. I guess that was the real hell out to the stage now.
これは私の個人的な思いも絡んでいるのだけど。
This is a little sauce, but
個人的な思い？
personal thoughts?
シェフドコール。美月さんよ。
Yeah. So it's up to course, Mitsuki-san.
私と美月さんがかつて親友だったということは皆さんご存知かしら。
You know, Mitsuki-san and I used to be best friends. Kubo nodded.
私と彼女が疎遠になってしまったのは後期に上がってからなの。
If she is her, we entered final course.
何かあったの？
What happened?
直接的には何も。喧嘩とかはしなかったわ。
Did we? Nothing. It wasn't a fight or anything like that.
じゃあなんとなく？
So it just happened? She just shook her head.
きっかけはあったの。それがつまり 美月さんのシェフ・ド・ポールへの一命の変化。
This was an impetus. It was changing Mitsuki-san's title to Chef de Corps.
その前はラルマド・リュノだったという話、確か以前にしたわよね。
But you also heard that she was previously known as Lara de Lune.
うん、月の涙だっけ。名前と泣きぼくろを合わせてぴったりな一名だなって私も思ったけど。
Oh yeah, Shibu, right? That makes her name into being Katarari really well. Yes.
美月さん、後期に上がってからすっかりマリカ様に心酔してしまったのよ。
When she entered the final course, she fell head over heels from Rika-sama.
今思えば私も寂しかったのかもしれない。友達が離れていくようで。
You never felt crushed thinking about it, watching your friends slowly drift away.
私も意地っ張りなところがあるから、だったらこっちも知らないなんて思ってしまったりして。
When she was stubborn, so I decided that this was how it was going to be, then I would do the same.
それで次第に疎遠になってしまったのよ。
This would gradually rift from between us.
去年はずっとそんな感じで、ただ今年に入ってマサヤさんが登場したことで少しずつ変わってきたの。
It was all of last year, but then this year, when Saya-san came, things gradually began to change.
つまりまた前みたいに話すようになったわ。彼女は依然としてシェフ・ド・コールだけど、私は嬉しかった。
This is very about normal. She was still Chef de Corps, of course, but I was happy.
それは私も感じていました。美月さんの一頃はよく顔を見せてくれましたよね。
So, since that as well, we were seeing quite a bit of Mitsuki-san for a time.
ただ最近はそうでもない。ねえ、律子。
Yeah, so yeah, it's all changed again. Right, Yusuko?
はい。
Yes.
最近の美月さんってどうなのかしら。紅バラ会の会合には参加しているの？
That Mitsuki-san recently. Has she attended those side meetings?
ええ、毎回出席しています。ただ白百合会の皆さんとおしゃべりという時はあれこれ理由をつけて帰ってしまいます。
Yeah, she attends every meeting, but whenever we bring up the White side, she makes some excuse to leave.
やっぱりね。私も変だと思ったもの。一向に顔を見せやしないんだから。
That's so. Thought that was strange. We haven't seen her for quite some time.
一体どうしたんでしょうね。
Wonder what could have happened.
私にもわからないけど、ただマリカ様が関係しているんじゃないかと思うのよ。
Wonder, but it seems like it must have something to do with Mariko-sama.
マリカ様が？
Mariko-sama?
マリカ様もマリカ様で様子が変だったわ。覚えているでしょ？不意にマサヤさんの部屋に訪れたこと。
Mariko-sama has changed as well. Remember, don't you? Time she came to his house, San's room unexpectedly?
ああ、あの時は確かに変だったわね。だって涙ぐんでいたもの。
It's very weird. She was even crying.
ええ、マサヤさんも腑に落ちない様子でした。それで私思ったんです。
So yeah, that's what I thought.
マリカ様もらしくない関係に悩んでいる。
Mariko-sama might have been torn from some chick that was added human to her character.
でも悩むくらいならなんでするのかしら。
If she's being torn, then why should she go through with it?
それは本人に聞いてみないことにはなんとも。
We could find out if we just asked her.
それで親衛隊長である美月さんであればマリカ様が悩んでいることに気がつかなかったはずはないわ。
So the captain of the guard, Mitsuki-san, might know has was so torn up inside.
それどころか今回の計画に美月さんも一枚噛んでいるのかもしれない。
The possibility is
私
that
はそう思っているの。
this could have been Mitsuki-san's idea all along. I can't be sure.
それで美月様に尋ねてみるわけですか。
That so Mitsuki-sama?
ええ、絡め手のようで私の趣味ではないけれど美月さん自身のことも私は気がかりだし。
Yes, but don't join employing such underhand tactics. I also could have sued San's well-being.
だから早速放課後にでも当たってみるわ。結果は追って報告します。
So for the class, I'll probably find directly later. Next time, I get expelled.